Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Jake with Mind Over Mind, and today I'm going to be reviewing Gali, the Uniter of Water. Without further ado, let's begin. And this is Gali Nuva, or the Uniter of Water, fully assembled, ready for combat. I love the asymmetricality of this build, and it just really tickles my fancy. Let's go ahead and get into the smaller details of this set. I love the asymmetricality of this set. It's not a mirror image. The left and right side do not reflect each other. I think it's great. It's rugged yet elegant at the same time. And I have to say, these two-handed weapons are growing on me. The more I see of them, the cooler I think they are. And it's not necessarily that I thought they looked bad, it's just that they really limit the posability of the figure. However, after unboxing Bohatsu and Onua, I can really manipulate these guys to get in some pretty interesting forms. So these poses, I'm starting to realize, have a lot more potential than I thought. Let's go ahead and start off with the chest print. If you are a old school Bionicle fan, I'm sure I'm sounding repetitious by this point, but if you have been following Bionicle for a long time, you're able to recognize the Nuva symbol on the chest. I really hope that factors in to the story. I hope it's not just a subtle callback for the old school Bionicle fans. You can of course see that same symbol on the forehead here, on Gali's mask, which is great. I really hope that somehow that is connected story-wise. Just makes me wonder, you know, how the new Toa, the Toa Uniters, I guess you can say, I wonder how they got this armor. Did Akimu make it for him? Are they upgraded by Protodermis? We're just gonna have to wait and see. This spinning mechanic on the end of the spear is interesting. It reminds me of a Rudaka spinner from the Bionicle days of old. It has a gear on the back and you can go ahead and spin it, and it spins pretty nice. I mean, if you tighten that gear up just a little bit more, it gets pretty stiff, but if you loosen it just a little bit, it's able to rotate fully by the momentum that you put into it. I like it a lot. Of course, this spear is not fully translucent, or actually it's not translucent at all. It's actually a bluish, light bluish color that has some silver elements kind of fused in there as well. I kind of wish they had backed off a little bit with the usage of this part. I feel like almost all of the Toa sets, and creature sets for that matter, have them. So I wish that just for the future, they start making unique molds for all of the characters. As for the other end of this spear, it has a little dangly keychain looking piece on the end. Actually, it's composed of two pieces. And it looks nice when you actually flail this thing around. So of course, being a 2016 set, this has the functionality of this knob here. Basically, when you turn it, these two gear systems, or gear pieces, mesh together to cause a swiveling of the torso left and right. They are pretty stiff. The gears are pretty stiff, and when you lock it into place, it's not going anywhere. No matter what angle you throw this model into, it's going to stick there, which I like a lot. I'm glad that they didn't go with a smooth rotation system, because it would just be flopping all over the place, but because there's the immense amount of friction there, it works out nicely. Now, this variation of Gali uses the same feet pieces that the majority of the Toa used from 2015. Her thighs are composed of asymmetrical pieces. Let me go ahead and look at the armor pieces. This is an old armor piece. I believe it's from the Skrull sets from Bionicle of old. And then these new pieces that kind of fade from silver into a translucent color. I like these a lot. I like the light blue variation, or the variant. A lot of these are gold, and it's nice to see silver in there as well. When you look at the shoulders of this set, you can see that they are pretty similar from her thigh armor. Her left shoulder uses the same exact two pieces, or shell pieces, just in a different variation, different setup. But on the right side, however, it's a very different way to attach armor, at least something that I personally haven't seen before. It's basically a Skrull piece of armor, which is attached to this piece, and it has a pin at the very bottom. And when attached to her clavicle area, there is a little hole for this piece of armor, and it attaches just like so. Of course, all of these Toa have a very custom torso build, so this one allows for Gali to attach armors in kind of unconventional ways, it's cool. Now, of course, on her back, she has those two studs or pins open for the creature to latch onto, and then she has this piece right here, which breaks up the flatness of the back, which I like a lot. I wish Onua had something like this to basically just mix it up a little bit. So I'm very happy that she has a piece like that. It's actually a system piece that attaches with two pins. In terms of color scheme, I think orange and blue are very complementary. I like the way that the translucent pieces also integrate. Not only does she have the dark blue translucent pieces, but she has light blue translucent pieces as well, similarly to the protector of water, which is nice. It really looks like she belongs in the water, the ocean. That's where she belongs. And that is very apparent when you look at the set overall, just based on color scheme. I like the orange highlights. I think they're nice, especially with the shoulder and thigh armor, and the nice little claw slash fang pieces on the end of the spear too. And of course she has the chest print as well that adds to that color scheme. Now, if you haven't watched my other review for the Uniters, basically this piece right here, or the elements, the brain stock, has been reduced in length, so it no longer hangs out awkwardly, which is prone to be bumped, which sends the mask off flying for you never to find it again. They've really fixed this problem by reducing the length, and now you really have to apply pressure on this certain point, which does have the same function, but it's a lot harder to activate, which is nice. Speaking of masks, I really think this is a nice evolution of her previous mask, Gali at least. I like the light blue color fading into the silver, and I really like the spiky, I don't know, hedge lines on this mask. I don't know what to call them, but they have some very nice angles there, and it looks like water is just flowing off the top of her helmet, which is very cool. Of course, the Nuva symbol is on there as well, and this mask looks the most unchanged, in my opinion, of the six. I think it is the most reminiscent of her previous mask, and it looks quite nice. She also has the golden edition included in the package, which is a nice deal. It fades into a dark blue color, and I'm happy that they chose dark blue instead of light blue. But the only problem with that is you get this kind of pukish green color where it starts to meld together, the two colors. Of course, it's the same mold, but I think the gold edition looks a little bit nicer. I'm not gonna lie, I really like it a lot. I usually don't like these gold melded colors unless it's purple, but this blue color really is nice as well. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my review on Gali, the Uniter of Water. Do you like this set? Do you want it? Do you already have it? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. This has been Jake with Mind Over Mind, signing off.